Hi everyone. Look, we're right into the countdown to Christmas now, and look, what better opportunity than have a chat with our Chief Digital and Technology Officer, Geri Ellis, who's one of my colleagues on the senior leadership team. And look, we thought we'd just have a little bit of a chat around how we're working collectively together to deliver our strategy as represented by our plan on the page. So look, if we start with probably one of the most important, which is the best customer experience for senders and receivers. Look, in the network, it's pretty clear how we contribute to that. Ultimately, we're a delivery business that delivers something from A to B, and doing that outstandingly well is a core part of our contribution to that. But Geri, probably a little bit more hidden behind the scenes, kind of some of the stuff that you're, really important stuff that you're doing to enhance the customer experience. Just want to touch on that and how that's going.
Sure. So as we all know, when we buy online, the anticipation from knowing where that parcel is and when you're going to receive it, especially when it's heightened at Christmas time, is really important. So we've spent a lot of time focusing on how we give receivers a sense of control that their parcel is coming through text messages and emails. And in September, we launched the notification engine. We have got many of them, but they weren't as scalable, as secure as the one we've just built. And we launched that in September, and since then we've sent 200,000 messages out, probably 100,000 in the last month, just because of Christmas. And the results that we've seen from that is that those people that are actually notified either by SMS or by email, there's about 15% greater success rate in first-time delivery, and more importantly, an 8% reduction in card to call. And that must be the most frustrating thing, is to get that card to call. I actually heard the radio DJ talk about that the other day, how frustrating it was. I was just thinking, just do the authority to leave and then you'll be fine. But that's been a fantastic success, getting that out. We're just going to keep adding more features these days. People communicate via WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and so we'll keep adding to that to give receivers that sense of control, because it reflects really well on the brand for our merchants as well as for us.
Well, I think that's fantastic, Geri. Bit of an anecdote example, my wife's friend actually was bragging about it to her yesterday in terms of she got a text message on the morning before the delivery with a rough time of delivery, and she was pretty blown away by how good customer experience that was. And I think for us, the network, it shows the importance of scanning, because ultimately none of this happens unless we've got a scan on the item. So that's really cool. I think it's the physical and the digital coming together to deliver an awesome customer experience.
We live in a digital world, so we expect everything to really come through our devices.
Absolutely. And look, Geri, I know you've been out and about in a number of operational site visits over the last month or so. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about where you've been, and I guess what are some of your key takeouts from that?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic experience, so thanks very much for organising it. Initially I obviously looked at AOC and IMC, more recently Seaview and Kaifura and SOC, and what was just great to see is the technology being used. So things like TMS, seeing how it enables us to operate more efficiently with our forecasting, our planning, and reporting that comes out of the team like Dephotis, how that's being used. It really brings it to life for me, and then I can actually feed that back to the team as well. So really good to see technology and supply chain really coming together in driving better outcomes, whether it's job quality or efficiency.
Absolutely, and I think that's a core part of this part of the strategy, is how we use data and technology to run a stronger, safer and more reliable network. So, and those are two great examples of how we've done that in the last few months. So and there's more of that to come, obviously.
Absolutely.
So. And finally, look, Geri, looking very nice and festive today. And we're remiss with us not to talk about peak, because I know that peak planning and preparation is a big part for you as well. So do you want to talk a little bit about what you've done and how it's going, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. So performance, stability and availability of information is absolutely critical. I already mentioned identification, so that scan data needs to get in the system really quickly. We get about 95% of the time, we get everything you scan, it goes into the system within 10 minutes, and that's absolutely critical for us. The tracking volumes that we're experiencing this year are almost double to what we had last year. So it was 1.5 last year, it's already 2.3, it's probably going to be even higher than that. Our systems need to be able to cope with that so that we don't have the outages, so that business as usual can carry on and deal with those extra volumes. Absolutely critical. So there's lots of planning 3 months before that already happens, and protecting our systems from any changes that we do. So it's really about managing risk during that critical period.
Fantastic, and our scanning systems have been really strong this Christmas. I know that's really well received. So hey, look, thanks, Geri, great to chat, and look, stay safe, everyone.
Merry Christmas.